Hi, guys. Hey, Masha. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me properly. Hey, Alarico. Can you guys hear me? I'm trying to set this thing up, so I'm hoping you can hear me. Hey, can you see me? That's the other thing. Can you hear and see me? Okay. Happy Sunday to you all. Thanks for joining. So, just like the last time, this is a new platform that I'm trying out to see how it works. Until I can figure out the right platform to use. So please bear with me. Hopefully, there are no glitches on this one. Okay, thanks, Marsha. Yes, you can see me. Happy Sunday to you, too. All right. I'm gonna drop some links in the chat from now if I can find them. Are you able to? Okay. Oops. Okay. If you see me looking sideways, guys, it's because I'm running two screens so that I can um, find my notes because I don't have any paper with me. I didn't write down anything on paper today. I decided to go all techie. So I'm using my other screen as my go-to. How is everybody's Sunday so far? And if you don't mind putting in the chat where you're joining from and what's the weather like where you are. Okay, I see Marsha saying it's going great. Um, please remember to share this link with all your friends so that they can hop on and have some Sunday fun with us. Um, Hi, Alarica. Alarica is joining us from Florida, and she said it's hot bad. Yes, it is extremely hot here in Jamaica. I'm actually in St. Catherine, Portmore, St. Catherine, and if you all know anything about Portmore, you know how hot Portmore is. So I don't even have to tell you how hot it is. And Marsha is joining us from, okay, Barbados, a hot sunny day. Okay, so everybody is feeling some amount of heat today. So that makes it even better for what we're going to talk about today, which is what to wear when you're going through that door. It's now 6:07. I'm giving persons until 6:10 to hop on, and then we'll just start. But if there's anything that you want, based on the topic that we're dealing with today, which is what to wear going through those doors, if there's anything that you want to discuss, to add to the conversation, you can start dropping it in the mix from now, and I'll be sure to mention it or speak about it. Hi, Trisha from Lindsay. Really, Trisha, cool that you can send some of the cool breeze this side, please. I would enjoy getting some of the cool breeze. It's just way too hot in Portmore. Yeah. And I'm from Manchester, cool, cool Manchester. So you can just understand how much my getting acclimatized to this weather is not really going so well. Although I've spent years this side of the world, it's still not working out. And worse in this particular season, yeah. One second. Right. But I'm happy that where you are is cool, Tricia. Enjoy it. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, by the way. If I'm not, um, I'm sorry. But yes, I'm glad it's cool where you are. We all could need it. We all need some of that. So, for the ladies on here currently going through this phase, what is it that you find most annoying when you're getting dressed, trying to leave your house? What's the most annoying thing for you? You can just type in the chat. Again, I don't know. Oh, hey, Denise. All right. Alrika says, so I'm going to put the question in the chat. Um, so the question I'm asking now is, do you find it difficult to leave home because you can't find um, what to wear? Novia, dripping sweat running like I just had a bath. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Novia. I getting dressed for this live. I had on two fans and the AC, just trying to get dressed. And I can show you now, which is one of the outfits I'll talk about, things that you can wear during this season. Um, they call it, I think I'm too close. They call it tent dresses. I have to tip it toe so you can see it fully, but it's still fashionable. It gives a lot of cool air, and it has pockets. And I don't know which female doesn't like a pocketed dress. It's one of the most beautiful inventions ever, a pocketed dress. One of the best inventions ever. Um, Everything, then he says, everything sticks to me like glue. Yes. And I've often used this phrase, my clothes is sticking to me like a glue trap, like I'm about to attract flies or a rat, because that's how bad everything sticks. All right, I said I was gonna wait until 6:10 to start, and it is now 6:11. Again, it is a Sunday afternoon, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to join me this evening for us to have a nice little discussion about, the things that at this point in our life we can feel more comfortable wearing when we're leaving home or wherever it is that we're leaving from. Um, there's a thing that Alarna Hope from alarnahope.com says. She's a stylist and a personal and a fashion stylist. She says menopause can be a real pain in the backside and a serious style curse. So you have to know how to layer your clothing properly so that your sweat glistens like a gorgeous dewy finish foundation. So in other words, we need to embrace all of that. What she says, embrace our sweat so that it glistens like a gorgeous dewy finish foundation. So um one of the hardest things for me has been when I'm getting dressed. The things I used to wear before, I'm very peculiar about what I wear now because I have to be mindful that my body temperature is going to switch at any point in time. And I'm not fully into menopause yet. I'm still in perimenopause. And the sweating profusely and all of those things affects me. So therefore, when I'm getting dressed, I have to be mindful of what it is that I put on. Um, then he says, I can only do cotton and I stay away from anything gray. I look like I've peed myself and it really shows sweat. Yes, we're going to go into some of that and the types of clothing, the types of colors, things like that. So, what you can wear. Um, and so, going through perimenopause or menopause, there are many reasons why, and I'm trying to find my glasses and I have no idea where it is, but okay. Um, why we choose different clothing at this phase of our life. And it's not to say that we're still not going to dress nice. We still have to dress nice. Sexy is still a thing. So we still have to dress nice. We still have to look sexy. We still have to have this glam when we're going out. It just gets a little bit harder to do because we now have to, instead of just dragging down a pair of jeans and a top, we have to think about, okay, how comfortable am I going to be in this today? Is this really what I want to wear today based on how I'm feeling, etc.? So we have, because we're sweating profusely and we don't know when that sweating is going to start, we have this unwanted belly fat that just shows up out of nowhere because I am still of the opinion that mine showed up out of nowhere. And so now I have to adjust the kind of clothing I wear, especially if I'm wearing pants or shorts or skirts, etc. I have to now look for things that I like, things with elastic in the waist all of a sudden. I never used to like elastic in the waist. No, elastic in the waist is my best friend. And then you have bloating for no reason. So hi Dawn. So we have bloating for no reason. You have that back fat. You have the spare tires, or what I like to call the love handles. You have discomfort, and I think Denny's touched on that. Anything touching your skin, it's like creepy crawly, And of course, there's gravity, which we all will succumb to at some point. Even when you fight the very good fight, it shows up. So now you have to choose your clothing wisely. And as I said before, things you used to just grab out of your closet and put on, that may not be such a good idea anymore. You have to really pick and choose what you wear. Like Denise says, she stays away from gray because when she goes out and she starts to sweat, it looks like she peed herself. And that's not cute. That's not the doing the sexy part of things. So yeah, we have to look at that. So one of the things I have here, 9 things that I'm going to touch on today in terms of what to wear or what we need to look at when we're looking at how we set out our wardrobe going forward. And the first one is choose natural, breathable fabrics. So your cottons and your linen, and actually what they call polycotton, which is and rayon. Surprisingly, rayon is also a good material to wear because it is a cooling fabric. So while you're sweating, it is actually moving the sweat away from your body, so you can cool quicker. So your cottons, your linens, your rayon, and what they call polycotton. And polycotton um, is a cotton that is mixed with polyester. And so the polyester also pulls the heat, the sweat away from your body and allows it to cool as well. So those are, what was that now? One, two, three, four. Four types of material that when you're buying your clothing now, try to select those types of material, especially for the summer months. Because yes, we have the hot flashes and the night sweats and the chills and the this and the that going on through the days and the nights. But especially in summer, when it gets a little bit more warm, then you're going to have to now choose your clothing differently as well. So I would suggest no silks, no straight polyesters. Um, Wool is not really for our Caribbean climate, and it only goes well in certain climates. So for my folks who are joining me from Barbados and Florida, etc., you can get away with doing the wool stuff, especially if it's not heavy wool. Um, Alrika says, nope, nope to wool. Right. Some persons can actually tolerate it if it's a very light wool, and that's more likely in the Christmas months, in the winter months, but not before that. So, the first one, as I said, was to choose natural breathable fabrics, and we spoke about that. Now, the next one is to look at or to select what they call moisture wicking clothing and underwear. You remember your gym wear? For those of you who work out, um, most of our gym wear is made from what they call high-tech nylon or polyester blends. And the reason for that is that when you sweat profusely while you're exercising, those kind of materials again draws the sweat from your body, allowing your body to cool down faster. So don't give them such a bad rap, but read the labels when you're buying your clothes and to see which ones um, you're getting. The third one is to have layered clothing. I don't know how you guys feel about layered clothing. I see my poll here where, okay, 50% of persons so far. Oops. Do you find it difficult to leave home because you can't find what to wear? 50% said yes, 50% said no. Okay, cool. Um, that doesn't happen for me every day. Some days it's a breeze. I can just pull something out and wear it with ease and not worry. Other days, I'll take out 10 outfits, put them on the bed, and still can't figure out what to wear because everything feels uncomfortable. Uh, my work shirts are like that. Alrika, just type and let me know. What are they like? The high tech nylon or polyester blend that pulls the sweat away from your body, or is it just straight cotton or linen? Let me know in the chat so the others can see it as well. Now, when we talk about layered clothing, which is point number 3, um, yes, a high tech blend. Okay, great. Yeah. So when you're doing your layered clothing, um, For those of you who have gone through hot flashes before, you will understand that you'll be very hot and sweating, and you feel like somebody just turned on a hose on you, and the next minute you're wrapped up and chilly. So you need to wear some of those kind of materials, the high-tech blends that will pull the sweat away from you, so you don't end up getting a chill or bad of a chill once the sweat has moved away from your body. And you also want to ensure that you walk with a scarf or um, a light cardigan, because sometimes when that chill comes on, you need that added warmth. So having a scarf on you or having a light cardigan or vest with you is always a good option. I keep a sweater in my car all the time, and it doesn't matter the time of year, there's always a sweater or a scarf in my car, because I can go from hot to cold to freezing in split seconds. So, in order to regulate my body temperature, I make sure I have those things for when I get too cold, I can monitor my body temperature. And if I get too hot, then I just strip off something. Yes. Hi, Cheryl. Alika says she keeps a cardigan at her desk as well. Yes, it's wise to have a cardigan or your sweater. Well, a cardigan is a sweater. What am I talking about? Forgive me, I haven't eaten yet. For all those of you who have had your Sunday dinner, you could all send a little bit over here, but that's okay. I won't have you up for it. So the fourth one we're gonna go into is avoid restricting styles, whether in your clothing or jewelry that you wear. Cheryl says, and keep a hand. Woo, yes, that handheld fan is a blessing. Whoever designed them, it must have been a woman who designed it, though, don't? I think it's a woman who designed them, the initial one at least. Yeah. So in having the layers, another layer you can add to your clothing accessories. Apart from having the scarves and the vest and the cardigans, you can have a handheld fan because it comes in very handy. Do I have mine here? Yes, I have mine here. Um, it's in the box because I'm gonna keep this one in my car. It's very tiny. It comes with a light. If I remember how to figure it out. Okay. I think I need to charge it. But anyway, yes, it comes with a light. And you just slip it open. And my hands are very oily, so that's not gonna work. You just flip it open. It's like that. And then you press the power button. And there you go. Like, you can get this one, or you can get the ones with the covering over it. Either one, it does a little something. I think the ones with the covers give you a lot more breeze than this one. Either that or the place is just too hot. But anyway, you can keep one in your handbag, one in your car, one at your desk, one at home. So that's four, but they come in handy. Um, oh, I'm trying to turn it off. Right. So avoid restricting clothing and jewelry. Currently, I opt for, as I said before, a lot of loose fitting clothing at this point in time, especially dresses or flowy pants, flary pants. Um, but you don't want to always look like you're a walking tent, because, as I said before when we started, going through perimenopause and menopause doesn't mean that you can't still look sexy when you're going through your door, and you can't look, spiffy when you're going through your door, because you just need to choose the right kind of clothing, the right type of fabric, things that match your body type, um, and what flatters your body type, right? So, as I said, I wear a lot of these, my little flary dresses that have pockets, because they're comfortable and they're breathable. But I do wear a lot of flowy tops as well. But when I'm wearing a flowy top, I tend to wear a fitted bottom. So know your body type, Know your body shape, what works for you, what still looks good. Um, for the jewelry part of it, days like these, I can't wear anything around my neck. And if anybody knows me, knows that I love to have my neck accessories, which is usually something simple or something chunky. I can't do that right now. So what I do, I go with hoops, I go with bigger earrings, depending on what I'm wearing. As I said before, we still want to look sexy. We still want to look spiffy when we're going through the door. We don't have to look like a ball of rug or something the cat dragged in because we're going through menopause. No, we're not having that around here. Right? So then the other one, and let me put this poll in the chat. Um, what are some of your favorite styles of clothing to wear now? I'll just, oops, put a question in the chat. All right. So, what are some of your favorite styles of clothing to wear now? Whether you're going through menopause or you're just in perimenopause, or you're on the verge of either of them, coming out of either of them, what are some of the things that you find are most comfortable for you to wear at this stage? I remembered earlier, Denise said no gray for her. Gray, when she starts to sweat, makes it look as if she's peed herself. So we don't want that. So no gray for her. I don't know if anybody else has an issue with gray, or what are some of the colors that you stay away from now? Shorts and loose dresses, sleeveless tops or dresses. I stay away from, I love black, but I am staying away from black as much as possible now. I'm wearing a lot more whites, blues, greens, yellows, um, those kind of colors. Right. The shorts and loose dresses, the sleeveless. Sleeveless tops usually wear prints. Prints are a nice option. There's something I was reading earlier, and one of the ladies says her favorite go to is the leopard print. As a matter of fact, she said in her article that she thinks people are just going to start calling her a different name or an animal because that's all she seems to wear, leopard print and white. High waisted everything. Yes, that is something else. When we speak about embracing flattering styles, that's one of them. The high waisted outfits, the asymmetrical dresses, the A line dresses as well. Anything with, for pants, anything with wide flare legs, or sometimes the tapered cuts, depends on how it is. But the high waisted stuff, the elastic waist things, um, zipper dresses and button front dresses, as opposed to unzippered in the front, because some of us have dexterity issues. So if you can get zippers in the fronts, button down fronts, those are usually good as well. Loose blouse and jeans, loose dresses. I hear. Oh, I hate wearing bra these days. Yes, drawstring pants are my favorite now. Let me tell you something about that bra thing. I have a feeling that one day I'm going to give somebody a ride in my van and I'm going to be thoroughly embarrassed because as soon as I go on the road and I'm heading home, this is me. Back seat, bra. Sometimes I forget that they're around there. until I'm looking for it and can't figure out what in the world I would have done with my brassiere, except the brassiere is still in the car and on the back seat. So if I have to give anybody a ride, I need to look in my on my back seat first before I offer them that ride. But I do understand Nova that brassiere thing is only because we have to. Trust me, it's only because we have to. So when I do work from home, yeah, it's an optional item of clothing. Cheryl says, I understand the animal print, solid soap sweat readily. That's true. I'm beginning to realize that now. But the good thing is I've always liked animal prints, so and I have animal print stuff, so I will wear those more often. Denise says, I'm a shirts and t-shirt girly. I'm dying over here. 5 foot flat and dresses for me are in the kiddies section. I tend to wear what fits. Not impressive at all. If I remember, Alrika is short. Help, Alrika. You're gonna need to help Denise with finding clothes that are not in the kiddies section because Denise is not only 5 foot, but she's very petite. So therefore, finding stuff can be a challenge. So, but a good thing, if I remember correctly, you both like wearing shorts and stuff, so you're fine in that area. And the kiddies shorts usually look cute too. So yeah, we can work with that, Denise. Um, and touching on Novia's point, one of the areas I was going to talk about is wearing bras that have a moisture wicking material. Um, Again, those can be your high tech, uh, what they call it again, high tech nylon or polyester blends that draws the sweat away from your body, or again, cotton brassieres. So you want to make sure that you're already uncomfortable wearing the bra, so you have to ensure that the type of material that makes your bra is something that you can work with. You also need to get your fitting done every now and then because as we go through perimenopause and menopause, we all know that our body changes. As I mentioned before, we have the love handles, the back fat, the bloating, the fupa, as they call it, that shows up overnight. So, and then you have other changes in your body. You have your leg, you have weight gain. And depends on how, what I realize is that your weight gain appears how it would have normally appeared over the years. So if you're somebody who over the years you would have gained weight and you gain weight on your thighs or on your butt, um, that amplifies during perimenopause and menopause when you start to gain weight. So for me, I've in the last couple months I put on back weight, and where has it gone? My butt and my thighs. Yes, they say thick thighs save lives, but right now, hmm, not too sure about that. It's not saving mine. Um, that's a good one, Don. Sports bras are a good way to go. Yes, and you have sports bras that are the what I call a heavy duty one that holds the girls in place, but you also have the soft bras that you can wear around the house all day without get feeling uncomfortable. Those are my go-to these days when I'm home. I don't use necessarily a regular bra. I go for the soft sports bras that are a bit more comfortable and they still give you some added support and you can wear them throughout the day. But again, make sure you're looking for the types of material that will work with your body. Um, Cooling sleepwear. No, my girls are on the smaller side, so I don't have to go heavy duty. Okay, right. For those of us who are more endowed, we have to do both heavy. We can do both heavy duty and the light. The heavy duty for when we're going to be doing that workout, but the lighter ones was when we're just going around the house. Um, we don't often think about sleepwear when we're thinking about the kinds of clothing that we need to wear during this time, and we actually need to. No clothing is always a good option. Fabulous. However, if you're going to use, or sorry, if you're going to wear clothing, sleepwear, you need to consider the types of fabric that you're wearing, the climate that you live in, um, and what your body is currently going through. So make sure you when you're buying your sleepwear, you not only read the labels if you're physically picking them up in a store, but if you're buying them online, make sure to read the description, read what others have commented about it. Do a little bit of research, and that goes for all of your clothing, by the way. Do a little bit of research, whether you're buying them online or you're going in store to buy them. Do a little bit of research and read the labels carefully so that you know what type of material the clothing is made of, and whether or not that will work with your current situation, whether it be the environment and temperature climates within which you live, or what your body is going through at this time. Because one of the things, especially for sleepwear, which we so often don't think about, when you're going through perimenopause and menopause, it affects your sleep. And if you're already somebody who has sleeping issues, then you're having a double whammy. You have sleeping issues, and then know that is being aggravated even more by perimenopause or menopause. You do not want to add to that by sleeping in stuff that makes you uncomfortable and makes you lose out on your sleep. You need to find clothing that is comfortable. As I said before, no clothing is always an option and the best option. Your body gets to breathe. So yeah. Um here, yes. Um I spoke about this a little bit before, adaptive clothing, where I was saying make sure the closures to your clothing are, for those of us who have issues reaching around the back, zippers to the front, button down at the front, um, V-neck t-shirts I find are nicer to wear. Um, the what else was I going to say in adaptive clothing? I don't remember. But again, the elastic waist, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about adaptive clothing. Things that make you more comfortable, that it's easy to get in and out of. Um, yeah. And you have these styles that you can find that are really, really nice. So you don't have to look frumpy. So you don't have to worry about looking frumpy because you can find styles that are really nice. Um, the other one that I was going to look at is shoes. True, my pillow soak every night and sheets. Yes. Yeah. That is a real, real situation, especially if you're currently in Jamaica and this heat. I know the heat is everywhere, but I don't know. It's just like it turn up in Jamaica. Um, there's a song, 90, Cheryl probably can't help me better with this. 96 degrees in the shade, real hot. This is more like approaching 100 degrees, and there ain't no shade. So it's double hot. So I can understand the pillow soak Novia, and it doesn't matter how overcast it seems to be, there's this humidity that makes everything worse. So hence why it is important to make sure that the clothing that you wear to bed is comfortable, is breathable, so that you can have a proper night's sleep. Also, while we're on that, you need to look at the sheets that you use on your bed. The bed linen that you use can affect your sleep, because if you're already sweating, you're already hot, and you're using silks and satins, um, that's not going to really help you right now. It's just going to make the situation worse. So if you have the opportunity to change out your bed linen at this point in time or in the near future, that would also be good. If you're currently using um, silks and satins and polyesters and stuff like that, you may want to change to just straight cotton. You do have one that is called sateen cotton, which is actually not bad, and it doesn't get heated the way that some of the others get heated. Sleep time is just like daytime. Go light and always have a blanket. Get a remote for your fan for those of us without AC. Yeah, get a remote for your fan. Um, I was saying earlier that when I was getting ready, um, I had two fans and an AC running just to get dressed. And you see what I have on. And I had to have two fans going and the AC running to get dressed. That is how hot it is. And I'm having my own summer plus the regular. Well, the regular summer is coming to a close, even though they say this heat is going to continue for a few more months. So that plus my internal summer, yeah. So the other one that I was about to touch on was shoes. We don't think it is important, but it is. And this is not just because of perimenopause or menopause, but wearing proper footwear is essential. It gives you, and you need to look for shoes that gives you good arch support, because during perimenopause and menopause, I find that um, a regular walk that I would do doesn't feel so regular anymore. My feet hurt more. If I stand the same length of time I used to stand before, my feet hurt more. Um, if I'm sitting like I'm sitting now, no, and hanging, my feet are hanging under my desk. If I do that for an extended period, which I normally used to be able to do, I can't do that anymore because my feet hurt and they get swollen. So that is why it is important that you have comfortable footwear. Hi, Jerry. Novia says the heat plus hot flashes. I went to the barber and said, cut it off. So now I sport a bald head. Well, Novia, you have company because my friend Cheryl, who is, I think she's still online, she rocks a bald head too. So, girl, ain't nothing wrong. The only thing Cheryl might tell you is that you need to have a little tam or one of those. I don't know what's the right name for it, but I call them tams. That you can put on. Okay. Hi, Cheryl. So, Cheryl, you can tell me the right name for it. I call it tams. But I was telling Novia that Novia just said that she went and ball off her head. So I'm telling her that you rock your bald head, so she mustn't feel too bad. And but always have a little tam. I call it a tam. I don't know if that's the right name for it. Um, have a little tam on your head or carry it with you so that if you go somewhere and you start to feel chilly or you've had a hot flash session and you know start to feel chilly, you can put it on. As old people say, you will catch cold in your mall. Yeah. So always have something to keep yourself warm. I'm following the chats here. Me too. Sneakers and sandals. So me, I can't wear flats or heels. I wear a lot of sandals. Have always worn a lot of sandals. I don't wear much flats, and I wear sneakers. I can still wear heels, but not as long as I used to. And I'm now more peculiar with the brands that I wear and the styles that I wear. Because if it ain't comfortable, homegirl not wearing it. What you can do, Novia, to switch up your wardrobe a little, you can wear wedges. They give you a lot of support and they look nice and sexy, just like a pair of heels, depending on which one you buy. But you can try wedges as well. Um, Denise, oh, I believe I sweat from my shoulders down, face and neck, dry, dry. Okay. Oh, yes, and Jerry is bald too. So we have quite a few bald heads in here, rocking their bald heads at this rate. I've rocked bald head in the past. Well, not bald, but low enough. And I've always said that If it gets too much, this is gonna go. If you're out at night or in an air conditioned environment that is too cold, you'll need some kind of head cover. Just play around and decide what works for you. Right. Yes, yeah, Alric, I remember you have started to go lower and lower and lower. Dawn says wedges for work, sneakers, flats, and sandals. Otherwise, right. As I said, I still wear heels, but I'm very particular about the brands I wear, the styles I wear, and the only challenge I have is that whereas I could wear a pair of heels all day before, I'm not able to keep on a pair of heels all day anymore. Handkerchief, banana nearby if you sweat the way I do, because if it look like someone does with some water. Right. I remember a few weekends ago, well, we're now in September, so this would have been in July. I'm sitting in my living room. I think I had on a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. And I'm like, I keep brushing something. I keep brushing at my leg because I feel something, what I thought was something crawling up my leg. So I kept brushing my leg and I said, okay, what is this thing that is so persistent? Why is this thing keep, if it's a mosquito, bite me already, but stop, like you're floating up and down my leg. And then my mind says, okay, this is not a mosquito. And this is obviously not some other insect trying to crawl up your leg. So I looked down at my leg. Water was gushing down my leg. I'm sitting in the chair doing something, and water is gushing down my legs. And I'm like, okay, then, what's going on here? And then I look at my shirt, and my shirt is soaking wet. And I like, what? But I just had a shower and I dried off. And I'm sure I dried off. And the next thing I knew is that I'm like, oh gosh, why am I feeling so cold? And I'm now leaning over in the couch and huddling up because I'm feeling cold. And I'm like, okay, so this is a hot flash thing. Okay, then. So all these other things that I thought I was having fever, guys. I think I mentioned it in the last live. I thought I was having fever for weeks. Ain't no fever. It's hot flashes though. And the doctor basically laughed me to scorn because I'm here thinking I'm having a fever, only to realize I'm having hot flashes. But yes, my wardrobe has changed a bit. Luckily, I've always been one that likes my loose fitting dresses. Uh, I have flowy pants as well as I have my skin fit pants, stuff like that. But as I said, if I'm wearing skin fit pants, then I'm wearing a loose top because if everything is fitted, I now have a problem. I still have fitted dresses that I choose when and where I wear those to because that also can become challenging. Um, but yeah, um, what you wear during this phase should not make you feel frumpy and invisible or unsexy or uncute. We just have to work with what works with us now. For some persons have been fortunate enough wherein they can wear just about anything just the same and they're fine because they don't have a lot of the symptoms and their hot flashes are more tapered than some. But if it is that you wear something and you realize it's no longer working with you, just put it aside. You probably can go back to it in a little while, but just put it aside and find things that work with you for now. Um, so I think I've pretty much touched on all the things that I wanted to touch on today where when it comes down to our clothing, natural breathable fabrics, and I spoke about the whether it's cotton, linen, the polycotton, what they call polycotton, rayon surprisingly, or the high-tech um, clothing, nylon or polyester blends that they use in a lot of the gym wear. We spoke about making sure that you choose things that fabrics again that have the moisture wicking are moisture wicking clothing and underwear, because it's not just your outer clothing that you need to look at. It's both, it's everything that you wear, your bras, your panties, your outer clothing. You have to make sure that whatever you're wearing is something that works with your body and what your body is going through, as well as the climate that you're currently in. Wear layers where possible, so that if you get too hot, if you have on a tank and a little jacket over it, you can get rid of the jacket and wear your tank alone. If you get too cold, and you can put on back a jacket. Always ensure that you have things like scarves and a light cardigan with you. It helps. If you decide to rock your bald head, then make sure you have something that you can use to cover your head. In the case where you're, as Cheryl said, you're in an AC environment, or you get in an environment where it moves from being really hot and rains come, you get cold, or whatever it is, you have something to protect your scalp. Um, you wear styles that are flattering to your body shape. All of us have a different body shape, or most persons have different body shapes. You have persons who are bigger on top, small on bottom. You have persons who are bigger top, bigger bottom. You have a myriad of shapes, and there's a proper name for them. I just don't know them right now. But work with what works with your body. So through all of this, you'll hear me repeating that: work with what works with your body. You know your body best. Um, You know what materials work with your body best. You know what colors work with your body best, because it's not just the material, it's also the cut of the clothing, it's the color of the material. Um, as I said before, I have started to move away from um, black clothing for a little while, because they are hot naturally, and I'm already hot. So I've moved away from those, but you can wear your leopard prints, whatever colors actually you want to wear. You just need to know how those are colors are going to work with you and what is happening with your body. Um, I mentioned restrictive clothing. Avoid restrictive clothing as much as possible. Look for clothing that have what they call are adaptable, where you have more things to the front, so it's easier to get off. And look at your shoes, the type of shoes that you wear, and your sleepwear. So those are some of the things that I wanted to touch on today. Um, there was something that someone said in the chat earlier that I was trying to. Um, okay, I think I've said it before. Where Denise mentioned, make sure you have a blanket. It's the same thing, because you can go from hot to cold in seconds, in split seconds. So you make sure that you have something to keep you warm when you need it. Um, right. So, ladies, you can drop in the chat for me. What are some of the other pointers that you would give based on clothing options, whether it be your regular clothing or your sleepwear or your shoes? What other options to clothing would you just talk about? What are some of the things that you have found to be helpful for you in particular? I'm taking copious notes. Thanks, young ladies. That you're most welcome, Marsha. One of the things I've been complaining about recently is the amount of laundry I have to do. Because by the time I put on something and the sweating starts, and I have to change out of that and I change into something else because I need to be comfortable, by the end of the week, I have a laundry basket that is piled and flowing over with clothing. And I'm like, somebody else must be in here wearing these clothes, because it could not be me alone wearing all of these clothes. But unfortunately, it is I who is wearing all of them, and I will now have to do all of that laundry. And I don't know about you, but when I do laundry, if I don't pack them away right away, they stay on this bed behind me for a few days. Because I look at it and say, okay, I'm probably going to be changing out of the clothes in the next few minutes. So I can just take from the pile. I don't know if that happens with anybody else, but yes. I have tons of laundry now because of this new phase. I keep calling it new phase. I don't want to call it anything else right now. It's a new phase. And like with any phase in our life, we will eventually pass through them. Um, how well we pass through them is another matter, but we will pass through them and we will survive it. But I want to continue the conversations. As I had mentioned before, it's going to be the first Sunday of every month. We talk about something different each session and see where it goes from there. Masha says, I'm also guilty of laundry pile up. I don't know who isn't. At some point or another, we all are. Yes, that is true, Dawn. We always have to give thanks no matter what. We always have to give thanks because I'm talking about it slow, easily, that I can just switch out of a set of clothes and then I can leave them there to pile up and then I wash and whatever. Some persons don't have that option. And it's sad. And I will implore everybody on here. And I think I know most persons on here, and I know most persons do it. Go through your wardrobe from time to time. Take out things that you're no longer using and donate them. There are people who are in need of things, and as Dawn says, they don't have the options that we do. And sometimes we take these little things for granted, and we shouldn't, because whereas it's easy for me to just take off something and put on something else, somebody else is now saying, okay, if I take this off, what am I going to put on? Because I don't have anything else. So, um, where we can, I'm an advocate for donating, whether it be clothing, household things, whatever it is that you can donate. That we tend to have so many things that we don't use, and there's somebody else that will make use of it. So donate as much as you can. Um, Thanks for that reminder, Dawn, because sometimes we really don't remember how grateful we ought to be for the things that we have and the access and resources that we have. Yes, Alrika, this is a safe forum, and thanks for joining. Um, this topic has always floated and has always been something I've wanted to talk about, but it became nearer and dearer to my heart because of all of the things that I have gone through, especially at the initial stages when I didn't know what was happening. And so it spurred me into starting this live, which, as I said before, goes on the first of every month. And if you are already subscribed to my YouTube channel, you will get the notification once I put out the, what you call that now. I'm not that techie yet. When I do upload the next episode, let's put it that way. When I upload the next episode, I you should be notified that I've uploaded it. If not, I will send out the link to everyone that has been on here. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to my website. Everything is I am Deon Cecile. So if you can't remember it, I'm putting it in the chat because I use the same thing all the time and I don't have my glasses. That's why you see me going like this. People, don't judge. I don't know where my glasses is. It was beside me at one point. That's the next thing, the forgetfulness part of it. But yeah. Alika, yes, my daughter is now shopping in my closet. Wow. Okay. Yes, I have done so at times, right? So, guys, it is Sunday evening. If anybody else wants to drop anything in the chat at this point, feel free to do so. But I'm about to wrap up. We've almost spent an hour together, and I've always tried to stay at the hour or below the hour because it is your Sunday evening and I do not want to impose myself on you for your entire Sunday evening. Thank you, Novia. I'm happy that you now have a forum within which you can chat. And it's not only on the first Sunday of every month, but if you do need to reach out to me on any one of my social media platforms, I mostly use my website, my email, and my Instagram pages and Facebook, and they're all I am Deon Cecile. So you can always reach out to me there as well if you have any topics that you want to discuss. You can shoot me an email and I can add it to the list. Okay, Alrika says, let's talk foods and exercise in next chat. Okay, great. I have a list of topics and I think food and exercise are on it. I'm not sure where in the schedule they are, but I can always switch it around, no problem. So we're gonna talk food. Okay, so next episode, say I need to go back to English class because there are times when I can't spell. Lord. Next episode, we're gonna talk, and I'm let's talk food and exercise. And right, I will try and get someone to join me if she's available. I'll ask her if she could be so kind as to join me on the next live. She is a yoga instructor and a diet. What's the word? Health coach, right? Health coach and a yoga instructor. So if she's available, I'll ask her to join us. But if not, I'll ask her to send me her pointers that I will share with you during that one. So thanks, Alrico. Um, I'm not sure where it was on the list of topics, but I'll move it right up. So next episode, which is going to be on the first Sunday in October, is actually the 1st of October. Right. So the 1st of October will be our next live session together. And I implore you to send the links to your friends and have other persons come on and join. It would be lovely to have a fuller house so that we can have more interactive chats, etc. All right. Thank you, ladies, so much for giving me some of your Sunday afternoon. I hope I did not take away from your dinner time and your family time, but if I have, I really appreciate you joining me today. Um, Don says we have to wait so long. Well, let's see how the rest of this year goes. But for now, it is the first Sunday of every month. Exercise. What is that again? Fatigue syndrome. We're gonna discuss all of these things in the next one. This will be fun because I have a love-hate relationship with exercise. And I'm trying to develop the love side of it now. I don't know much what love I'm giving to it, but let's see. So, yes. See you guys on the 1st of October. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I really love the conversations and the chat. And I hope to see you all on the 1st, along with I'm charging everyone here to carry someone with them on the 1st of October. Yeah. So see you on the 1st of October. Happy Sunday afternoon. Have a wonderful week. Keep safe, be productive, and let's kick Peri and menopause in the butt for the rest of this month and going forward. But for the rest of this month, let's just concentrate on kicking it in its butt. All right. And next time on October 1st, you're all being challenged to take someone along with you. All righty. Bye. Have a good one. Good night, ladies. See you soon.